Hi guys. All right, so this video we're going to go over week 19 fine arts, and this next 6 weeks, our final 6 weeks for the year, we're going to be experiencing and talking about classical music and what is it? What does it mean? What are the differences between the different things, and how do we listen? How do we learn to listen? What are we listening for? So parents, the information and the kind of the guide for what we're going to be doing over the next 6 weeks can be found in your foundations guide. So page 186 kind of starts you off, gives you the different pieces that we're going to be listening to, gives you a little bit of just a guideline on how to work with your kids through these next 6 weeks. And I would say I would start with them, if we were in class, I would start with them with just a little kind of a review of orchestra. We talked about some stuff in Tin Whistle when we did the Tin Whistle 6 weeks. So what is an orchestra? An orchestra, it's a group of instrumentalists combining stringed instruments, woodwind, brass, and percussion instruments. And they generally play classical music. So orchestra towards the end of the 6 weeks, we'll have some fun with that. What is a conductor? We definitely talked about that during Tin Whistle. I kind of, conducted. When do they start singing and playing, and how do they stop playing? So a conductor is the person who directs the performances of an orchestra or a choir. So yeah, just kind of a little review, get them thinking, get them talking. And then we want to talk a little bit about the differences between the classical and the romantic periods, which is what we're going to be looking at. So you can get a lot of information, parents, on CC Connected, as well as your Foundations Manual. CC Connected, if you have not hooked up with that yet, they are giving it for free. You can sign in for free over the next couple of weeks. So I would say do that. It's a great source of information. There's a lot of good stuff on there. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. There's a lot of stuff in there that you can use during your lessons in all the subjects. And I would say, even to encourage you even to look ahead a little bit while it's free, and you can download some information in the, for the next 6 weeks all at once. But I downloaded some information from a parent named Keppel, Keppel. She or he has some great stuff. This is one of them that I'm using today. And so classical and romantic periods, what are some of the differences? The classical period was a time from 1750 through 1820, where artists and musicians desired to move away from the opulence of the Baroque period, and they wanted to move towards a clean, more simplistic style of classical Greece. So there was a change there. And then the Romantic period was a period of music, art, and literature, mostly in the 1800s and the beginning of the 1900s. And it's often characterized by the unabashed expression of emotion. So classical music was much more structured in how they composed their music and played their music. But the Romantic period, as the name sort of signifies, was about emotion. What does the music make you feel when you're listening to it? Does it create a picture in your mind of what? Of a love story, of a war, of and just an ocean, sitting by an ocean? What kind of emotions does it bring up in you? Fear, joy, sadness, all of those things. And so that's the Romantic period. So we want to talk a little bit to them about the differences of those two periods. Our timeline song, if you have the timeline cards, they have some information also about the classical period of the arts and the Romantic period of the arts. And YouTube is also another really great source. You can Google up, classical connections, cycle 2, week 19, fine arts, and there's people that have some great ideas there. So there's lots of sources out there for you to use. So really what we're doing for week 19 is we're just getting the kids to stop and listen. We're going to be listening to 3 pieces, Beethoven's Symphony number 5, Brahms Symphony number 4, and Dvorak's Serenade for Strings. Those links, I believe, will be emailed to you. But again, you can find the names of them in your Foundations Manual on page 186. But I do think that you'll get the links from Monica. So what you want to do with them is just have them listen. Sit quietly, close their eyes, whatever you have to do, but just have them listen. And pay attention to the music, pay attention to their emotions, what it makes them feel. It's a challenge for 10, 11, 12, 13-year-olds to get them to stop and listen, but that is the goal for this week. Just listen. Alrighty? Hope you guys are doing really well. Miss everybody, and hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.